Where's music at then? Okay, what is the video? Let's watch it.
xQcOW, hope you're doing well, man. Much love. Fuck you, chat weird champ. Ilundis core. Ilundis core. Ilundis core. Ilundis core.
Hi, welcome. We are at 30 Park Place, the Four Seasons private residences. We are here in the beautiful downtown neighborhood of Tribeca, New York. Penthouse 82 is over 4,500 square feet, offering 3 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, a private formal dining room, library with a fireplace, and 4 corner terraces.
Message at the top is stuck there.
At over 900 feet in the sky, we are the tallest residence in New York City with outdoor space. All of this can be yours.
Chat, I have to give one more round of gifts. Ready? Chat, I have to do one more round of gifts. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bug with the chat.
Felix, hello.
I want this to get. I want to get rid of this.
Get Felix's
so here it comes.
attention by typing smile. Smile, 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 smile.
I have to, chat. I have to.
Smile, smile, smile. Wide peepo happy chat. I love you.
Ready, chat? Chat, here it comes.
Pop.
Gifts are coming in. Get ready to catch them. Whee! Oh shit! Oh shit!
4 months. I want this community. xQcOW. Give me presents.
Is that it? Oh my god! Oh my god! I got a brand new Lambo. I got a Lambo Aventador yellow. Oh my god!
Found your channel a while back on YouTube. Really have enjoyed my stay by
got a
being
fisting
here and
and
actually
64.
catching you live for 3 months.
That's crazy, dude.
xQc.
Thanks so much. That's so sweet, dude. Alright, I'll finish watching this video.
And here we are in this beautiful living room, which is the
all
first
the
space
princesses, by the way. There's a lot of subs, chat. I appreciate you guys very much.
And what a great first impression you have with all of these views.
Holy shit, no way I got Felix's stream key from a gift my account.
At 30 feet wide with 12-foot high ceilings, this room has a very grand feeling. This is a perfect room for entertaining family and friends. The high ceilings here allow for beautiful chandeliers, as you can see. On top of that, we have 2 corner terraces. Let's go have a look. At over 900 feet in the sky, these terraces are the tallest in all of New York City, and also extremely rare for Tribeca. As you can see, we have completely unobstructed views all around. Off of this living room, you not only have this terrace, but on the opposite side, another terrace also facing north and east.
Wait, this is really fucking high. This is kind of crazy.
Lots of light from sunrise to sunset.
We can't buy it, it's too expensive. Guys, I have to be real, dude. Chat, listen, dude. I'm not like a big designer, dude, okay? I think this looks like fucking trash. This is trash.
All right, here we have our beautiful formal dining room. I love this room because, again, you have corner exposure here, looking north towards the city and east. This beautiful...
Guys, is this a statue of a fucking plank? Is this a log? Are you kidding me? Is that a fucking log from a tree?
The dining room, as you can see, is very spacious, so you can entertain plenty of guests.
It's driftwood.
High ceilings, which allow for a beautiful chandelier, as we have right here. Just off of our formal dining room, we have a butler's pantry, convenient again when entertaining. We have a full-size wine refrigerator, a prep sink, plenty of storage, and a dishwasher. Right off our dining room, we have our beautiful kitchen. Come with me, let's have a look.
Okay. I'm coming.
At over 30 feet wide with 12-foot high ceilings, you have plenty of space here, not only to cook, but also entertain. We have all hardwood oak cabinetry, polished white Colorado marble backsplash, and surround detail. In addition to these beautiful finishes, our appliances are by Gagano. We feature a double oven and warming drawer, dishwashers, wine refrigerator,
a warming drawer,
oversized fridge, and freezer. Also a Gagano speed oven and a Mila hood which fully vents out. What's also great is this doorway here conveniently leads to the
She
formal
sounds so
private
bored,
dining
yeah.
room. Here we are in this amazing, beautiful master suite. This oversized room is over
This is
30
pretty
feet
pog.
long, 11-foot high ceilings, and look at all of these windows that you have to the south, east, and west. All of these furnishings can be yours with this apartment, but what we wanted to do was give you guys a great idea of what you can do with this amazing space. You have room for a really nice, long, built-in bench to take in the views, an oversized California king bed, and look at this exquisite paneled headboard here. We have white oak floors throughout in the master bedroom.
Isn't that kind of cute if you just sit there and look outside?
Their 4-inch wide plank. What I really love about this room is the southern exposure.
No.
You get constant daylight. It's really beautiful. Sunrise over here and beautiful sunsets to the west over here. So again, we have 2 terraces off the master suite. This one that I showed here to our south and east, and let me show you this one over here to our south and west.
Okay. This is not worth the price. It's not worth.
What I really like about this terrace are the views. Plenty of water, beautiful sunsets, and of course, the World Trade Center. The great thing about this master suite is that you have 2 private bathrooms, one on each end of the room. Here we are in the larger of the 2 bathrooms with these, again, beautiful double exposure views. This has exquisite finishes, marble from floor to ceiling. We have a beautiful freestanding soaking tub here.
Oh, chat, this is trash. Guys, I don't like being negative, but this is garbage. What the fuck even is this?
We have a beautiful free.
Dude. 1 nozzle and a fucking wooden bench at the bottom? Are you kidding me?
We have a beautiful freestanding soaking tub here. Honed marble flooring with radiant floor heating as well. A beautiful custom designed Robert A.M. Stern hardwood vanity topped with a polished chinchilla mink beautiful marble. Okay, so we're gonna move on from the southern master suite to the other wing of this residence. Come with me.
Do you guys understand, chat? That this place is $25 million? If you're gonna spend $25 million for this shit, I want the shower to water my nuts with hotter water than the one on top of my head. Do you not get that?
So here we are in one of the secondary bedrooms. I really love this bedroom because it's just really ideal for guests. You have an ensuite bathroom, double exposure views here, and access to our southern terrace. And here we are on the other wing of this home. What I'd like to point to along the way to the other secondary bedroom is something that's truly rare in New York City, all of this closet space. We really wanted to maximize the storage that you can have, so we have closets all along the corridor here.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are in our other secondary bedroom. As you can see, there's a lot of space to work with here. This room, we really had a lot of fun furnishing it as a children's room. It measures 16 by 16 feet, so you have plenty of flexibility to use this however works for you.
Okay.
Home office or a second guest bedroom. With the size of this room, you have plenty of flexibility to use it however you need. Last but definitely not least is my personal favorite room in this home, the library.
The tent.
Let's go have a look. And welcome to the library. How great is this room? I love everything that it features, but
It's not that great at all. Dude.
everything that it features, but most importantly, I love how cozy and intimate it really is. It's the perfect spot to unwind after a long day and take in the beautiful sunset.
Yeah, so where are the books at?
Adding to the amazing features of this room, we have a beautiful gas-burning fireplace here. This features a Saint-Tropez French limestone surround, and it's as easy as just flipping the switch. And with the building as tall as
Okay. Now, where are the books?
we are
Where
on
are the
the
bookshelves?
82nd floor, it is extremely rare in New York City to have a fireplace in your home. So something I think that is really appropriate for this space is your own private wet bar. We have a prep sink, the dishwasher, hardwood cabinetry with plenty of storage, marble countertops, perfect for you to unwind at the end of the day and also entertain your guests.
Okay.
I'm so glad you could see 30 Park Place, fully serviced by the Four Seasons. Penthouse 82 is truly a spectacular home,
Chat,
as you can see.
I feel like you would have to be out of your mind, Asylum Andy, to pay more than 5 mil for this shit.
At over 4,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and 4 corner terraces, this truly is an impressive
The
home.
view?
And all of this could be yours for $25 million.
Dude, if you care about the view so much, just buy a fucking painting. Or pay somebody to paint your walls like a view. Dude, if you care so much of this shit, dude, I don't fucking know why you care so much about the view, man. Guys, dude, boomers care this much about the views? Who cares, man? Dude, it's smog and brick and windows, yo.
And here we are on the other wing of this home. What I'd like to point to you along the way to the other secondary bedroom is something that's truly rare in New York City.
I'm done. I'm sorry, chat. I can't relate, dude. I try so hard every day, dude, to relate to this shit. I just can't do it.
Keep up the good work, Fuix xQcL.
Oh, because it's New York.
Stop reacting weird, champ. Play a game weird, champ. Nom 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 nom.
I enjoy reacting, man. I enjoy being React Andy, dude. Am I not allowed? Is it against the law, dude?
Got a Facebook partnership, Pepe laugh.
Really? Congrats, man.
13 months xQcL seems good.
So he says, shit left from shells. Is there anything good on there? Guys, what is this new emote?
I got the new Tesla toy truck. Pogu diaresis.
What is that?
Hey chat.
I'm ready.
Aren't you looking a little
Doctor, you
geeked
missed my
today,
dono because it was a fucking $3 donation.
I'm ready.
Doctor, you missed my dono because it was a fucking $3 donation.
I'm ready.
Doctor, you missed my dono because it was a fucking $3 donation.
Chat, I think what he means is that the threshold is 5. Right? Oh, this is Pod. What is that?
Go the Nexus, yeah. Adrian just 1v1ing the Nexus here. GG.
Fucking go! Let's fucking dead baby! Shadow Dog unleash! And we fucking
We didn't
unleash
see
this
this.
fucking swagger! Oh, I'm lightheaded. Oh, hold on, wait a second.
I have this all the time. This is so relatable. This is so relatable, dude. I do that so often.
He was keeping his swagger leashed?
Yeah, his swagger was unleashed. Tyler won. Congratulations.
Go the Nexus, yeah. Adrian just 1v1ing the Nexus here. GG.
Chat. So this is something called hydrostatic hype. No. I don't remember what's it called. Okay, fuck it. I try to be so intelligent. I'm not. Orthostatic hypotension. There, I did it. I finally did it. I did it. Yo, Fish Hook, what up, my dude? Are you the real one?
Yeah, I think I know you from TikTok.
What?
I think I know you from TikTok.
What's TikTok?
Oh yeah, you're the one who slammed the floor!
I forgot about that. New Shroud of Twitch.
Hey xQc, you missed my dono yesterday, but I was curious if you were going to open the ornament I sent you before Christmas. It should be there on Friday. xQcL Georgia Peaches says hi to Smile.
Oh, Georgia Peaches, I remember
12
that.
foot ceilings BTW, 12 foot ceilings BTW, 12 foot ceilings BTW, 12 foot ceilings BTW, 12 foot.
Why do you want a 12-foot ceiling if most people are less than 7 foot tall?
12 months Pog, when are you playing Minecraft Monday again? Okay, champ.
No!
House shower.
Oh, he got fucked, dude.
Pepe Grill underscore.
You see, he missed it. Jesus. Rolled on, dude. Nick sends him into his death.
What happens if we just turn
Four
upside
house.
down? Does he go with it?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh my god, chat, I lost failed. No, not November. Thanks, xQc Gappy
Just
hyper.
fall to the ground.
Try hard
We
7.
already saw Poke's clip. Want me to watch it again? Watch it again, dude. Just because it makes you happy.
You ara. You ara.
Oh my god, it's him again.
Hello?
Hello?
My name is Bogdan.
Monotone Andy. Unenthusiastic Erin. Bored
And?
Betty. Tired Tina.
I'm from Limassol.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, are you really prepared? You came back with a lot of effort now, right?
Yes.
You did Jean-Pierre and Rust?
So you want to go to a squad game together and test this out?
Yes.
You only have one yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we watched it again, dude. Yeah, happy. We did it again, dude. Okay. Well. Chat. No, don't be mean to me. Chat, today, listen, dude. We've had a trash day, we're trying to pick it up. Okay? We're doing better now. Chat, one day, I promise you, there will be content on trending. I'm telling you. One day we're gonna wake up and we'll be able to go to trending and have a lot of fun with it. Oh, what is that?
Fugitives. They fly now! They fly now! They fly now!
Chibus.
Well, that was okay. By the way, just letting you guys know, dude,
The Mandalorian has
shut up. I just reapplied to the movies, but I don't know if we're gonna get it.
Child. Pogu, 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 pogu. I lost. Just kidding, chat. He is already.
Okay. Former jewel
I
thief.
asked Santa to bring back my dad for
Ah, there was none before.
20
Give it a though.
years. I feel lucky this year feels strong.
What did I want to watch?
Hi XQC, I hope you have a nice
Chat, I was gonna
day.
watch something.
Keep up the good streak.
I forgot what it was.
XQCL. XQCL. Jebated, I
You
don't
delete
care
those?
about you. Imagine
I don't think so. We saw that today, yeah. Not TikTok.
Imagine having a library with no books. Pepe laugh.
What is that?
This is a real-life lore video made possible by Squarespace. Make your next
Former
move
dual
with the
thief.
Did we not already see this then?
Heist movies.
This is Earth. You live here on this planet somewhere, and everything that you've ever known is located right here. But just how small exactly is Earth when compared to the scale of the entire universe? Let's start by zooming out to where we can
17
see
million
our
views, chat.
nearest cosmic neighbor, the Moon. You may think that the Moon is very close to Earth since it dominates our night skies, but in reality the Moon isn't this close to our planet, it's actually about this far away. 384,400 kilometers away from you right now on average. You could fit 30 entire Earths in between this distance, and if you somehow were able to drive a car at a constant 100 kilometers per hour speed, it would take you about 160 days to drive the entire distance. Despite this incredible distance, however, 12 humans have actually set foot here, representing the furthest away that any individual human has ever been away from the Earth.
We didn't see this, I don't think.
And one of humanity's greatest achievements. This is what the Earth would look like from there if you were standing there with them. And if you wanted to communicate with somebody back at home, it would take a message about 2.5 seconds to travel between you and them, since that's how fast the speed of light can travel at. This is a photo that was taken on Mars, and that tiny dot that you see there is Earth as seen from the Martian surface. On average, Mars is an incredible 220...
Okay. I've asked this before, I'll say it again. What if you're on the moon and something happens on the Earth, like an explosion? Bang! Right? At that moment that it happens and there's a big explosion, I don't see it. Because the info is not here yet. There's ping. So at a certain time in our space-time continuum, something both happened and did not happen at the same time in my reality, right?
25 million kilometers away from Earth, but that distance can be as high as 401 million kilometers. That means that whenever humanity finally gets around to landing a human on the planet, that person will be 986 times further away from Earth than the astronauts who landed on the moon were. In addition, the time delay for sending a message from Mars back to Earth isn't just 2.5 seconds, it's actually more like 20 minutes each direction, which would render instant communication in the event of an emergency impossible. When we zoom out even further away, we can find the Voyager 1 space probe, which is the furthest away man-made object from Earth. It is currently located 138 AUs from the Earth.
What's
AU
AU?
meaning astronomical unit, which is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Which means that Voyager 1 is 138 times further away from us than the Sun is. At some point on its long voyage, Voyager 1 turned its camera around and took this photograph. It may not look like much at first, but in my opinion, this is the greatest single photograph ever taken in all of human history.
Okay, dude.
This tiny, pale blue dot is Earth, and I don't think that anybody has ever said something as amazing about this as Carl Sagan when he said, "If you look at it, you see a dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever lived out their lives. The aggregate of all our joys and sufferings. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and every forager. Every hero and coward. Every creator and destroyer of civilizations. Every king and every peasant. Every young couple in love. Every hopeful child, every mother and every father, every inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Voyager 1 is currently traveling at 17 kilometers every single second, but even at that speed, it won't break out of the reach of our solar system for another 30,000 years.
What the fuck?
Once we go beyond the solar system, we arrive in our interstellar neighborhood. Here we shift to the light year unit of
I'm confused, why not?
measurement, which is the distance that light travels in a full Earth year, or about 9.461 trillion kilometers. The star Proxima Centauri here is the closest other star to us other than our Sun, but it's still 4.24 light years away from us. To put that into perspective, if it was heading in the right direction, it would still take Voyager 1 over 70,000 years to reach it. In other words, if you drove your car at 100 kilometers an hour like in our previous example to the moon, it would take over 6 times longer than the entire age of the universe is just to finally get there, and it wouldn't even exist still when you arrived. When we zoom out even further, we can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, inside of which Earth is located right here. This yellow dot is the furthest extent of humanity's radio broadcasts throughout history, which means that any possible aliens who live outside of this range are totally unaware of humanity's presence. It's complete silence outside of this yellow dot as far as we are currently aware, but the entire galaxy spans over 100,000 light years from end to end. There are over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets inside of our galaxy. But you have never seen the full glory of the galaxy at night, because 99% of the stars that you can see with the naked eye are limited to this small, tiny region right here. But even this massive galaxy is nothing compared to the rest of what's out there. Zooming out even further and we arrive at the local group of galaxies, a collection of 54 different galaxies that is about 10 million light years
54?
across. But zooming out even further and we can see the Virgo supercluster, of which the local group here is just a tiny segment of. There are at least 100 other groups of galaxies just like our own local group inside of here, and the distance from one side to the other is a mind-numbing 110 million light years.
I'm so confused. And how the fuck do they know that there's anything there, dude? If the radio won't even go past fucking nothing. How did they know? With a fucking telescope. What?
Even the massive Virgo supercluster is nothing but a quiet and tiny lobe of the Great Laniakea supercluster, an enormous structure that is home to our galaxy as well as 100,000 other galaxies. The distance from one side to the other is 520 million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe and see that even the titanic Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny and insignificant part of everything. This is the observable universe, and it contains everything that we know of. It is home to at least 2 trillion different and individual galaxies, which together contain more stars than there are grains of sand on the entire Earth. The distance from Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years, which means that the entire width is 93 billion light years across. What's perhaps even more interesting, however, is what actually lies beyond the observable universe. Keep in mind that the observable universe is all that we can currently see, and it's entirely possible that the rest of the universe outside of it is vastly larger and more fantastic than we can possibly ever imagine. We simply don't know what else is out there because the light from these incredibly distant places has not yet had enough time in the universe's history to reach us yet back on Earth. And the light from some places may never reach us at all. Because some parts of space very far away from Earth are expanding away from us faster than the speed of light, that means that the light from these places will never, in an infinite amount of time, reach Earth. Meaning that even if humanity is eternal and exists forever, there will still be an unknown number of places in the universe that we will never know about or ever see. So, it is very likely that as unbelievably enormous as it seems, the observable universe is just a tiny slice of what we can currently see of the entire universe. According to the theory of cosmic inflation that was proposed by Dr. Alan Guth, if it is assumed that cosmic inflation began at 10 to the negative 37th of a second after the Big Bang, and with the assumption that the size of the universe before inflation began was equal to its age times the speed of light, then this would seem to suggest that at the present day, the entire universe is 150 sextillion times larger than the observable universe. That number for reference looks like this, with this many zeros. Let this number sink in for just a moment. This would be similar to you thinking that the entire observable universe, everything that you could see, was the size of a light bulb, but then realizing that in reality the entire universe is larger than the former planet of Pluto. Imagine a light bulb in the center of Pluto, but we inside the light bulb were totally unaware that Pluto existed outside of it, and that's a similar situation to this. We are all so unbelievably small, but you shouldn't worry, because all that means is that there is so much left out there for us to discover together. This video was made possible by Squarespace. If you're wanting to create—
Chat, you know what this made me realize, dude? Those like weird, like bogus theories, not bogus, but you know, like it is actually probable that if you do probabilities, dude, right? It's very likely that there's an exact copy of all of, you know, remember that I've heard this before. There's an exact copy of everything we're doing right now somewhere else, statistically, right? Because it's so big. Yeah, like, yeah. No? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? I think so.
play We Were Here, 2-player escape room game
This game?
free on Steam.
I'll play at some point, dude. Put part right now. Look at Nintendo.
xQc, did you see the new daily dose? Also, I love you, smile.
Chat, I have a question though. This kind of seems kind of weird, but if
xQc,
if this is us and like this is the universe, dude, right?
When are you going to
And they
finish
said
Red
that
Dead
the universe is
Redemption?
expanding really fast,
You never put
right?
it in the polls, it gets really good and you are
Then
just
this is the
leaving us
universe
hanging,
that's
please.
expanding, right? If you zoom in, right, it's expanding, right? Right? So this is the universe, right? It's like the boundary. But what's here? What's there? Like right outside of it. If the universe is expanding, then what is not the universe then? What if you go? What if you were like right? Oh, right? And you went past it, right? You with your vessel, right? And you went past the speed at which the universe is expanding, and you went zang past it. Then what is past the wall of the universe? You just boom, you just disappear. You break the game. Do you get to the credits? Did it? What happened? You need to load new chunks.
Underperforming Ulrich, underperforming Ulrich, underperforming Ulrich.
Guys, this is what happens. Who get banned? Okay.
Enjoy 7777777
Nothing. You fall out of the map in this patch. It might just be a bunch of quarks.
That was the most coherent thought I have heard you communicate. Good job, Pepega.
Ping is too high. I'm good.
You should watch this video, it explains the ping that you just
I'm so confused. Chat, this is why I don't like watching videos about space with the chat. Because I don't understand it, dude. And if I start thinking, then it hurts. Does it not? It hurts.
Very.
Yeah, I have like a crisis.
Hey Felix, it's my 28th month.
Watch the video.
You know what that means? 777
I'll watch it. What is that?
quadrillion.
This is the ping.
This is challenging for everyone.
Please, dude.
Even Einstein.
Not
Ready?
more.
Okay.
Love you.
Time, it really is space-time. If you pay attention, this episode is going to blow your mind. So, we're going to take it slow.
xQc, you should
What
check
is
out this
space-time
game called
exactly?
Lost Ember. I think
Before
you'll
I can
really
answer
like
that,
it.
I need you to do something for me.
W.
Give up your intuitions about how time and space work. At first, your brain might resist and hold on to those intuitions for dear life. Don't worry, that's normal. This is challenging for everyone, even Einstein. Ready? Okay. Space-time refers to whatever external reality underlies our collective experiences of the space between things and the time between events. Why can't space and time just be reality? Why add space-time as an extra concept? Here's why. Suppose two observers are moving relative to each other, and particles count as observers.
I've seen something like
Fact.
that.
Those observers don't agree about how much time passes between events. Fact. They don't fully agree on how much space there is between things at any given moment. Fact. They don't even agree on the chronological order of all events. And yet, each observer measures things properly and is entirely consistent, which means neither of them is wrong. Now that sounds absurd, but it's true. Plenty of other resources, some of which we link to in the description, discuss these discrepancies and the experimental evidence for them. For today, we'll just take them at face value and focus on what they imply about the nature of reality.
True.
Because if you think about it, some of the implications are staggering. Take this disagreement about sequence of events, for instance. It is severe. If two observers can't agree on the sequence of events, it means that at present, someone's past is in someone else's future. Now, for nearby events, the effect is microscopic, but so what? Any disagreement means that there is no universal division of events into past, present, and future, which opens major philosophical cans of worms for things like free will and our belief that we can change the future. So, is everyone's experience of the universe entirely subjective? Or, phrased another way, if time and space as we usually conceive of them aren't part of objective reality, then what is? Causality. Let me explain. A good starting point for objective reality is universal agreement. And, as luck would have it, all observers do agree about this thing. It's called the
Yes, I actually agree. I agree with this for once.
Or space-time separation
True.
between two events. Even though two observers in relative motion will measure different distances and different elapsed times between the same two events, they always agree about the space-time interval between those events. Now, if everyone agrees about space-time intervals, they must signify something. But what? We'll notice that since it involves subtraction, a space-time interval can be positive, 0, or negative. When it's positive, nothing can get from one event to the other, and there are always observers who disagree about which one happens first. When it's 0 or negative, signals or things can get from one event to the other, and everyone agrees on their sequence. So, it appears that the space-time interval between events A and B tells you whether A can influence B. In other words, even though we can't agree about past, present, future, time, or distance.
Someone in chat said nipples. I looked at his nipples. I looked at them for 2 seconds, and I lost track of what he was saying.
We all appear to agree about causality. Now that may seem counterintuitive. Normally, we think that time is responsible for causality, but actually it's the other way around. To the extent that we agree about temporal anything, it's only because of causality. Causality is what's real. So what does causality have to do with space-time? As it turns out, everything. See, shortly after relativity first came out, a former math professor of Einstein's named Hermann Minkowski noticed that the space-time interval resembles a weird version of a distance formula in what's called a non-Euclidean space. So he proposed the following radical idea. Maybe reality is not a three-dimensional space that evolves in time. Instead, it's a four-dimensional, non-Euclidean mathematical space that's just there.
Of course.
No time. That 4D mathematical space is space-time. Its points correspond to events. All events, everywhere, ever. And in this view, only things that correspond to geometric relations in that 4D space are objectively real. Like, for instance, causal relations.
Okay, just give me TikTok.
They correspond to space-time intervals, which are geometric relations, a non-Euclidean version of distances between points. In contrast, our experiences and measurements of time and space don't correspond to anything per se. They're more like the XY grid we use in math class. Useful for talking about the board, but arbitrary and inherently meaningless. The board, its points and geometric facts are simply there, whether we put axes on that board or not. So, are you objectively real? Well, kind of. If you are the sequence of all events in which you're present, then you are a geometric object in space-time, a line segment, joining the points representing the events of your birth and your death. Do you move along that line segment? No. You are the line segment. There's no motion through space-time. It's not this kind of space.
I get it.
Tenseless. And your future isn't merely predetermined, it already exists. There's some zen in trying to express what space-time is without misleading you, but I think the following gets the flavor right. Imagine we're all reading a flip book made of graph paper. We agree on the events of the story, but we don't agree where they happen on the page, on how many pages there are between events, or even on the order of some of those events. And yet, we're all reading the same book. Only, there's no graph on the paper, there are no pages, and there is no book. All of that is just an imposition our brains make in order to perceive whatever it is. So why do we perceive reality in such a vividly spatial and temporal way? Good question. No one really knows. So have I told you all there is to know about space-time? No, far from it. all of this has just been a loose introduction to what's called flat spacetime. Once general relativity enters the mix, we'll find that there are many possible spacetimes with different geometries, making it hard to ascertain which one this is. But we gotta crawl before we walk. We will get to that fun stuff eventually though, so subscribe. And as always, the comments are for your questions. I'll do my...
Okay. Oh, thanks for the video, dude. Now, dude, I know everything, dude. PogChamp. I'm glad. I'm glad that the people that are smart...
Your brain is their omega lol.
That think about this shit, dude, so I don't have to do it. And even when they do all the research and they tell me, I still don't understand it, dude. But you know what?
1-1.
I'm happy. Okay, what is that?
From one of nature's most vicious...
Hold up, chat. Okay, chat, last links. What is that? Not this, we're not gonna watch that. I'm telling you, we're not doing it.
It's a child out there, right, who got a heart problem and they need a heart transplant. And you the only one that match it with the same heart. It's a child out there, like 18 years old, that really need it. And you the only one who got a good heart for that child. You could save that child's life. Would you give that child your heart?
Hell no. What I'm gonna die for?
Cause that child need a heart. It's 18, child 18, that you 6 years old, you about to go out anyway. You ain't
wait till I go out.
So you ain't gonna give your heart to somebody else so they can survive? What type of nigga you is?
I'm a nigga who wanna survive.
But you 60-something years
I
old.
don't wanna give a goddamn person not gonna be 100 and something years old. If I'm still alive, I'm still alive. Shit, I ain't dead yet.
So you wanna get your heart up? You want
I won't even give it to you, motherfucker.
That's called sacrificing. That what God said.
Well, what about you? What about you? What about you? No, you can't. You know, don't answer, huh? Fuck you, man.
My heart too real, daddy.
Yeah, your heart ain't shit.
My heart, I can't give my heart away. But I'm talking about you though, daddy. You'll be a nasty nigga. No, you'll be a nasty. You'll be a nasty nigga.
You damn right, I'm gonna be the nastiest motherfucker on God's green earth. You can't even put me on no shit like that, man. Don't put me out there like I'm supposed to give up my life for a motherfucker I don't know.
Daddy, but the person is
I
white.
don't give a damn, person.
It's a white person that needs your heart though. So
white, black, blue, plaid, green, yellow, I don't give a damn. I'm not giving up my heart.
Bro, you ain't no good citizen, bro.
Hey, already on the sign of the donors thing, so what the fuck? What else they want? Wait till damn, get the fuck away from me with that shit.
Go pick up the knife, daddy.
Man, you pick it up, man. I can't get down there.
Pick up the knife.
No, that bitch gonna stay down there.
Hold on, I'm gonna get one of these motherfuckers.
Man, you better get the fuck out of my face. I left you some bacon in there. You better go ahead on. You better go ahead on.
All right. I ain't gonna lie, daddy, boy. Your bacon game is strong as fuck, boy. Your lay down game. Let me see your lay down game.
Kristen, if you fuck with my shit,
no, I just want to see your lay down game.
Get the fuck away from me.
Your lay down game strong. You gonna eat it just like that with no mayonnaise, not on that motherfucker? Kristen, that bitch right.
Get the knife for me. Damn, dumbass motherfucker, leave me the fuck alone.
Now wash it.
Dumbass motherfucker.
Your wash game strong.
Kristen.
These are classics, dude. This show's kind of fun. It's kind of funny sometimes.